what you're seeing happening today, obviously we have some black people that are just shouting in the back. We have some black people that are sitting in the front quietly that are chanting USA and having a normal conversation. I love that because what I say every single time, and you may have seen me on the news, is that what is happening right now in the black community, you're going to hear it in this room first. There is an ideological civil war happening. Black people that are focused on their past and shouting about slavery, and black people that are focused on their futures, okay? That's really what it comes down to, okay? I can guarantee you what you're seeing happening is victim mentality versus victor mentality.
That's
and I promise
great, by
you,
the way.
the people here are going to win.
I love that.
And there's no doubt in my mind. I can tell you right now who is going to be better off when we look 20 years and we look at the faces in this room. Who is going to be better off are the girls that are sitting right here and across this room because they don't have your mentality. Victim mentality is not cool. I don't know why people like being oppressed. It's the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I love oppression. We're oppressed. 400 years of slavery, Jim Crow, which by the way, none of you guys lived through. Your grandparents did. And it's embarrassing that you utilize their history. You utilize their history and you come in here with more emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. More emotion than they ever had when they were living through it. It's embarrassing. You're not living through anything right now. You're overly privileged Americans.
Because of all the things I mentioned, there is a congressional black caucus in America. We have sitting black U.S. senators, Tim Scott and Cory Booker. Blacks can vote without a poll tax. Blacks can go to every restaurant you can go to. Blacks can go to college now. There are no more segregated schools. We don't have to have the Little Rock Nine. All of these things are facts of why we have become significantly less racist. And yes, I am going to pull this card. America elected a black president twice by both the Electoral College and the popular vote. In fact, that same black candidate won southern states that used to be by law segregated. So tell me what I just said is incorrect.
So tell us.
But give us an example. Give us one.
Charlie, I would like this. Yeah.
Okay, but I want to get back. This guy made the claim. You got to go back to it. Yo.
Hold on. We'll do it. We'll do it in the fairness. All right. So hold on.
Wait, I'm sorry. What was the question? Well, I didn't hear his question.
He said Berkeley has 38,000 students, only 2.
Because black people aren't graduating high school.
Because black people are not graduating high school.
Because black people only represent 13% of the population and they're not graduating high school. That's a bigger issue.
Because the single motherhood rate.
I can finish this. I will tell you why. I'm happy to answer the question. I just need everyone to stop cutting me off, okay? No, I would like to answer your question. You asked me a question. I would be glad to answer the question if you would let me answer the question. I'd be happy to answer it for you why black people are not graduating high school, okay? Because systematically what happened in the 1960s was Democratic President LBJ introduced the Great Society Act, and what this Great Society Act did was it took away black parents, black fathers from the family because it incentivized on the welfare program for single mothers, which the rate has gone up 71% since the 60s, not to marry their baby father, okay? When you break down, hold on. When you break down, if you want to destroy any community, break down the family unit. The #1 issue the black community is facing is government dependency and the loss of their fathers, and that's all due to Democratic policies.
Let him finish. One more point.
Bill Clinton was a Democratic president. Curiosity.
That has been debunked, my friend. That's not true.
First and foremost, Bill Clinton was a Democratic president, so.
True. What he's saying is completely
So you seem to be annoyed at the Democrats, basically.
Yeah, I know. So we're agreeing.
No, I mean, they just gave you a long-ass list of things that have changed.
So let me just go through. Major League Baseball, there was one black player, Jackie Robinson. Now there's plenty. The National Basketball League was a whites-only basketball league. The National Football League is now a blacks-dominated league. So just entertainment. Let's talk about music. Who are the top music artists right now? Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye West. So, I mean, seriously, no, but let's go one final thing. Just from a basic structural law standpoint, you cannot refute the point. There were poll taxes, there were literacy tests, there was segregated schools, segregated restrooms. We have moved far past that. Black people can vote. Black people have successfully run for office. Black people can get a job. Black people buy law. You're talking about before the Civil Rights Act. Tell me one thing a black person can't do that a white person can do in America. One thing. What?
I'll answer that.
That is a shockingly stupid statement.
Yeah.
Hold on, Charlie. Wait, and he just said walk down the street without getting shot by police, which is so insulting to the law enforcement and categorically incorrect, okay? In 2016, when you guys were pretending that black people were being gunned down every single day, I'm talking. I'm answering his question. You've had enough time. I've answered his question. You had enough time. You just said black people getting shot by police, okay? First off, remember, you just said I'm responding, but you heckled, so I can say something. You made a comment. I'm responding to you saying, okay.
We will be having a Q&A portion.
I'm responding to you saying that black people can't walk down the street without getting shot by police.
I get arrested at Starbucks for simply being there. I'm sorry.
For simply being in there.
So
First off,
black
Starbucks
people make up 14% of the U.S. population, yet commit 60% of the crimes.
So what
when you commit more crimes, you're going to get arrested.
Okay.
No, they commit more. So in New York City,
We commit more crimes.
In New York City, black people make up 16% of the population, yet do 62% of the shootings, 55% of them, 55% of the murders, 58% of the arsons, 75% of the robberies. When you have a disproportionate amount of the population committing more crimes, you're going to get arrested.
It's just wrong. It's just
wrong. I know facts might offend you, but facts don't care about your feelings.
I mean,
that's what you're saying.
Did you just say stop throwing facts? Like, I just want to make sure I got, like,
hold on.
Woo! This is the left. Stop throwing facts.
We need more feelings, folks.
Right. More black people were struck by lightning than shot by police officers last year, but we can keep pretending that they're being gunned down. That's 100% true.
18 people were wrongfully killed.
4% of black people, unarmed black men, were shot by police.
No, you're.
I know you don't. I know you want us to stop throwing facts at you, but these are the facts.
So
okay?
I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to cite you the studies. You can look them up yourself. Okay. By a black social psychologist from Harvard. He studied 1,000 different cities and municipalities of police brutality, police shootings, and he found that white people are twice as likely to be shot by the police versus a black person. In fact, he found that a police officer is 18.5 times more likely to be shot by a black person in line of duty than a black person is to be shot by a police officer. If you look at black people's percentage and proportion of the population, they commit a multiple amount of crimes. And I just told you all those facts. Those facts might offend those, but they shouldn't, because facts are incontrovertible. They are transcendent of whomever says them. And here's the problem, is that this idea that there's systemic racism within our culture or our society, it's patently false, and I'll tell you why. I'll give you one specific example, the Asian American community, who we discriminated against in the 1940s, who we put in internment camps. And now Asian Americans are the richest racial group in America by far. The U.S. Constitution was not written in Korean.
And I have to say, I do generally, just moving on from this dialogue, I do find it to be... Asian Americans.
Yes, they have to fill out Asian American on their form, correct.
So yes, they are counted, just to answer your question.
All right, serious question.
Serious question. The other ones were jokes.
You're the one that's eating my facts.
We didn't equate them. Hold on. Guy, wait, hold on. I have to ask you a question. Why does the chant USA make you think of racism? That's bizarre. I genuinely am asking you a question. Why would the chant United States of America, which is where we are and where we live, make you think of racism? That's a very interesting... You don't have to be a conservative to live in the USA. So,
all right, hold on.
You're arguing that we should never say USA?
This
USA
is exactly what's wrong with our school.
USA is a microaggression now? The word USA shouldn't be used?
Let's back up here. Let the here we go. Here we go. Let the good liberal jump in here and see if I can make some sense of this. First off, every nation on earth is flawed. The United States is flawed. Every nation is flawed. That's number one. That's number one. To not acknowledge some of the things that both Charlie and brought up here about progress, and I don't like the word progress anymore, but progress in the truest sense, in that we have given more freedom and more equality and more opportunity to every people, regardless of faith, regardless of creed, heritage, from every nation on earth. Everyone still wants to come here to build a better life. And I bet you, I don't know you, but I would bet all three of you that your life is better probably than your parents or grandparents or whatever, however far back we got to go to get them here. Just hang on. Hang on. I'll let you go. I'll let you go. Wait. I'll let you go. But this country, because of the melting pot that we have created here, has done multiculturalism, which is now a scary word to a lot of people. We've done it better here. We have integrated more people from more. I think the highest socioeconomic group in the United States, I think, is Indian Americans from India who have brown skin, right? So this is what we have to understand, that it is not perfect. There is no doubt that it is not perfect, but it is better here than anywhere else. And my people.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
All right. You're just irrelevant. All right.
Yeah, ignore that.
Yeah.
Go back.
Yeah. Yes. My honky people. I just got called a reference from the Jeffersons from 1979. Yeah. All right.
Let her.
Go back to my country. I think I'm a.
You were all born in USA.
I think I'm a fifth generation.
Listen to how racist this is. Okay, so just wait, guys. Just.
Did you just say to go back to our country?
All right.
Okay, so just so we're clear.
No, we love it here.
Here saying that we are the racists. He's over here shouting.
This is my country.
White person, go back.
It's not my country.
I mean, like.
I'm not a Native American. You know what? Let me explain. Louisiana.
Hello, my name is Jane. I'm social justice based. Agree with me or you'll be shamed.